Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. So today we're going to be doing the May love predictions reading, and I just want to apologise in advance if my voice sounds croaky or if I cough during the readings because I'm kind of bunged up with a cold at the moment, so I'm just persevering you guys and trying to get the filmed readings out. So if you haven't seen the May general predictions video, that's going to be linked in the description box like it always is. And as always, the love predictions video is slightly different from my usual readings because we don't just pick a pile, we also pick a gnome. So that gives you like a kind of layered reading, and the gnomes give you a couple of extra cards and some channeled messages. So the piles give you like the main reading with the tarot, the oracle cards, the charms and the dice, and then the gnomes you just get a few extra cards and also your channeled messages, and it just makes the reading feel that little bit more personalized for you because you've chosen not one pile but two. So yeah, there's lots of different combinations that we can get from the reading today, and as you can see I've put the Dixit cards on the piles again and I've shuffled them for each pile, so I haven't chosen the cards that have gone on, I've just shuffled and said give us a card for pile 1, give us a card for pile 2, etc. So you might feel particularly drawn to the imagery in the cards, so you may kind of resonate with the mood of those cards, but don't worry if you don't. As always, we're going to pick intuitively. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers. This channel is growing, and if you're new here, please do consider subscribing because it really helps this channel. It's completely free and it just helps us continue to grow our family here, helps my channel get seen more by other people. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons, including Alexandra, Kat, Kelly, Virginia, Chris and Cara. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you to everyone who's donated to the channel as well, and just all of you guys who comment below and, you know, send me your good vibes. I really love your energy, you guys, and you often make me feel great if I'm not feeling that, so thank you to all of you. So let's take a look at the piles in detail and obviously at the gnomes as well. So on pile 1 we've got a picture of a woman who's like chopping carrots and then putting them into this big stew, and they're kind of turning into gold and dollars, notes. I always kind of see this as turning your talents into gold, or turning, you know, small resources into something bigger. And we'll be using the Sun and Moon Tarot for pile 1. So if you just want to ask yourself what's coming towards me in love in May, or what can I expect from my love life in May? Deep breaths. Pile 2, we've got this woman who's kind of hiding behind a fan, and I guess to me it always suggests either hiding how you're really feeling, masking your true self, or sometimes just feeling very conflicted because they're, you know, two very obviously different sides to this woman. And we'll be using the Happy Tarot for group 2. And then on group 3 we've got the wolf having dinner with the bunny rabbit, and the wolf isn't eating anything but the bunny is eating a carrot. And then we've got the Star Spinner Tarot for pile 3. So with this I always think of someone having an ulterior motive, or someone who is maybe even predatory in a way, or manipulative in a way. So that's what I'm seeing with the piles. You know, I didn't choose the cards, they came out naturally, so you might particularly resonate with one of the images. It's fine if you don't, just take the time to pick the pile that's right for you. And then we've got gnomes as well. So we've got Gnome A, Gismund, lovely little fluffy hat. Gnome B, Gunvald. Gnome C is Geir. He's got like a knitted hat. And Gnome D is Gjord. So you can take as much time as you need. You can pause the video or return to the start of the video if you want to, if you haven't quite chosen yet. You don't have to choose the gnome straight away if you're kind of finding it hard to choose two things at once, that's fine. You can watch your main reading and then come back and pick your gnome. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm excited to see what messages come out. And I hope you guys have a great month ahead. Let's start with pile 1. Hey there pile 1, welcome to your reading if you chose the woman who is kind of turning vegetables into gold and into money. And if you chose the Sun and Moon Tarot, this is going to be the main part of your reading, and then whichever gnome or gnomes you chose will also give you some channeled messages and some extra cards. So you guys, let's see what's coming up for you in your love life in May. What can you expect? Group 1. got the Nine of Swords, cruelty, Wheel of Fortune, and Seven of Swords, futility. Interesting message. It looks like you guys are recovering from a difficult time, either feeling actually betrayed by someone, because obviously Seven of Swords often talks about being betrayed or being let down by someone that you put your trust in or that you had a lot of hope for. Nine of Swords, worrying about a connection or kind of lying awake at night thinking about what's happened. And then the Wheel of Fortune, things improving. So this is interesting. You guys might have recently gone through a breakup or had a crush that didn't work out the way you wanted it to, or had someone treat you in a negative way, or just feel kind of lost in love, or like you've given up on love. And maybe that's why we've got this card here. Maybe you've been focusing on your own goals and making your own abundance and money, and that's what this is talking about, because the Wheel of Fortune does show this kind of change, a positive change in your luck and in the way that you're feeling. So those are interesting cards to start out with. Let's get you a Romance Angel. We have Wedding. This situation involves marriage. So for me, it's not always about being married to someone or wanting to marry someone. For me, it's about committed relationships in general. And we also have Forgiving and Learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So there is this sense of forgiveness for someone that you either devoted a lot of time to or a lot of energy to. Maybe you just wanted to have that commitment and you're feeling really down about it. You are limitless, number 4. You can do anything you choose. Absolutely. And that's what this kind of pile marker card is showing us. Is that you can do anything you choose. You have a lot of unique abilities, unique qualities, talents and skills. I think I'm going to pull you guys a mystical healing reading card now. Break addiction, number 5. Okay, so breaking unhelpful thought processes or behavioral processes. Stopping thinking about that person that hurt you or about that feeling of hurt. Sometimes we can wallow in our feelings of hurt because we struggle to pull ourselves out of that feeling. This is interesting, group 1. It does really feel like you've been hurt or let down, or that you just feel at a loss when it comes to love at the moment. Which is Wisdom cards, Hearth, Homecoming, and Watchtower of the North, Winter. Absolutely, that feeling of winter, that feeling of no opportunity, or that feeling of things being closed off to you. And of course the Homecoming card, wanting to shut yourself away. Often in wintertime we spend a lot of time in the house, around family and friends. There's a sense of retreat that you guys have turned to relying on yourself now. You've turned to working on your own healing. And so as May comes in, because I think this is something you're already going through, I don't think that this is, you know, pain that you experience in May. I think it's something that you're already aware of if you've chosen this pile. So if this doesn't resonate, you might want to go back and choose another pile. But I feel like in May, your mindset shifts to actually, I can do this, or look at how far I've come since this difficult experience. Joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. Yes, so like I said, the turning point in May, this desire to get back out there and have fun, or this desire to laugh and smile and speak to people in a way that is positive and happy and upbeat. Doing things that you enjoy. Getting back out there. We've got Turkey Spirit, Give with Gratitude and Grace, number 61. So this is really important. This experience, whatever it is, this 9 of Swords, 7 of Swords experience, has not closed you off to giving love truly and openly. And this is so important because for a lot of people, when they go through an experience that is, you know, painful, that deals with heartbreak or disappointment, or especially betrayal, it can leave you feeling like you can no longer give. You can no longer give love. You know, you might not even be able to sit in meditation during that time because you just feel like you don't have the resources to give in meditation, whatever kind of meditation you do. And it feels like you're able to overcome that, even though, you know, straight away or when you're in the midst of it, you may not have felt like that. Now it's like, actually, no, I'm not going to be tainted by this. I'm not going to have my ability to love and to give love and to receive love being halted by this difficult experience. I'm not going to be blocked in my heart chakra like that. So that's a beautiful message. You guys might want to try like meditating and sending love out to the world, or sending, for example, love to the situation, even if you don't want to do it to the person, you know, just sending love or healing or forgiveness to the situation and the circumstances. It can be really, really difficult to do that when we're hurting or when we're not feeling 100%, but it can be so, so rewarding, and it really raises your vibration when you're still able to show up and give when you're not feeling 100% yourself, or when you personally are going through a difficult time. So just a suggestion, you don't have to take it, but you might find it really rewarding to do that. Then you have Bearded Vulture. Let outward deeds and words match inner feelings. Interesting. So not saying one thing and doing another. I kind of feel a little bit that this is to do with people asking you, are you okay? You know, it's fine to say no. It's fine to say, no, I'm not okay. I'm really struggling. Or, you know, I could do with talking to someone. Equally, I feel don't act out of spite, because I don't think in any way that you guys are spiteful people. I don't think that you're horrible people. I think you're actually lovely people who've been hurt. And so if you're feeling, you know, feelings of spite, if you're feeling feelings of anger, wanting to take revenge, that's not you. That's not coming from an authentic place of you. So this is saying don't allow yourself to behave in a way that you would later regret, I feel. Now I'm going to get you a message from the masculine and a message from the feminine. So you might be a woman but feel that you have mainly masculine energy. Just go with what the dynamics are usually like in your relationships, what you feel your energy is, because this is not necessarily about biological sex. Sometimes our overriding energy is different to our biological sex. So the message from the feminine in this situation first. Oshun. Forgiveness, beautiful Oshun. Wow, it's been a while since she's come out. Okay, so Oshun is the Orisha of love and beauty and luxury. Beautiful sunflowers here. She's always shown in yellow or orange, very vibrant colors. Beautiful, beautiful goddess. And forgiveness is one of these key notes for her. So forgiving yourself if you don't feel like you can forgive the other person, or like I said with the meditation idea, forgiving the situation or forgiving the circumstances that led you to feel a certain way or that led actions to play out in a certain way. Even if you can't forgive everything, if you can forgive just a little bit, that can really help you in moving forward, and that can really help you in raising your vibration. So the feminine is in this place of shifting to forgiveness, and then Oshun is all about luxury and treating yourself wonderfully and treating yourself like a queen, like a goddess. Wow, lovely message. Pampering yourself, showing yourself incredible respect. Okay, and then a couple of cards for the message from the masculine. So we've got Lu, skill, Maui, discovery, Ganesha, obstacles, and Apuch, fear. So just the fact that we've got so many cards for the message from the masculine tells me that the masculine in this situation is kind of all over the place. Okay, there is not like a grounded, happy, centered feeling from this. So Lu with skill, that's in itself is about lots of different attributes. You know, Lu is the many skilled. He's able to do many, many things. So this person almost seems to be struggling to focus on one thing at this time. There's fear there. There's obstacles that they're either putting in their own way or that they personally see as just unsurmountable. And then the discovery card as well. This feeling of looking for something new and also inner discovery. Realizing the truth of their behavior, looking towards their true self. Really interesting. Aufopferung, number 11, victimhood. If you recognize this dynamic from relationships, it's time to put a stop to it. Maybe if you are the feminine in this situation, you did everything you could for a masculine and they just put obstacles in your way, or they let fear get the better of them, or they decided they wanted to go and look elsewhere. Oshun tells you it's time to stand up for yourself. It's time to not put yourself in that kind of situation or dynamic again. And if you feel it happening again in any relationship, romantic or not, it's time to immediately nip it in the bud and put a stop to it, because you are worth all of this gold, not just in the financial sense, but in the metaphorical sense. And Oshun is connected to yellow and gold. So she wants to tell you that you're worth so, so much. Let's see who's coming towards you in May. Seeker, okay. Light attribute, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Shadow attribute, inability to commit to a path once found. Yes, so this could be to do with the unsettled nature or the discovery. This could be someone you've already dealt with, you know, if they're unable to commit to doing something, or commit to one person, or commit to a long-term connection with someone. They're putting these obstacles in their way, or they're, you know, reacting with fear, reacting, you know, not from an authentic place. I really feel that whoever this is that you're dealing with or have been dealing with, whether you're in no contact or, you know, you see them or whatever, I feel like they're really all over the place. You know, they're unable to focus. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know where they're going. I mean, the seeker in the desert. Yeah. I almost feel like they even don't know where they've been. Like, I'm just getting a vision now of the sand blowing over the footsteps and erasing any trace of that. And so I feel like this person looks back and they're like, how did I get here? You know, what has made me behave in such a way that I now don't know where I am, don't know how I've got here, you know, don't know where I'm going. This person feels not in control of their life, and that's why they've acted in this this kind of knee-jerk state. I feel like it's nothing to do with what you've done. I feel if they've blamed you for the way that they've behaved, or if they've, you know, made you feel like you've pushed them to this, or, you know, whatever, I really feel it's coming from within them. There is like an emptiness, this desert energy within them. Baby's breath. Everlasting success is assured if you remain honest and true. So remain true to yourself, yes. And I love that, because when I see this card, whenever this card pops up in a reading, I immediately think success. I think doing stuff for yourself, making it on your own, you know, showing the world how much you have to offer. And it's the fact that she's not even, you know, gooey-eyed over all of this money or anything. She's just quietly and contently smiling while she's doing this. She's just quietly getting on with this, you know. Yeah, it's one of my favorite cards from that deck. So let's get your charms and your dice on top. Group 1, this really feels like a very specific situation, so I'm wondering how many people will actually pick this reading and stick with it, or decide it's not their reading, because it feels like a very specific dynamic, but often when I do that, it still seems to fit so many people. So yeah, someone who is really all over the place and is kind of causing destruction wherever they go. So I feel like you guys either have removed yourself or are making the option to remove yourself and just focus on your own stuff for a while, to let this person try and find some sense of where they are, some sense of placement at this time. So I'm going to put your charms on top. Just a quick warning, if you don't like the sound of them, they can be a little bit loud when I shuffle them. Best to turn the volume down, especially if you're wearing headphones. I know some of you find it really relaxing, but some of you just, it grates on you. So always try and remember to say that I'm going to shuffle. So group 1, love life in May. Very complicated situation. Normally group 3 is the most complicated. So it's interesting, you guys. It's your turn for a bit of complication now. Okay, interestingly, we've got the number 5. Obviously, May is the 5th month, but the 5 is connected to Oshun. That is her sacred number. So that's crazy. I really feel that Oshun is working with you at this time. The 5 could also be significant, like the 5th of May or the 15th, the 25th. Could be just a special number for you generally, but the 5 is coming out as an important number at this time. We've got the letter Y. Could be a person's name, could be a word or a place, but I also just think of the word why. Like maybe you're really questioning why this has happened, you know, how this has got so far. We've got a couple of timing indicators here. We've got the winter charms, which have hilariously landed on the winter card, and we've also got the autumn charm landing on the turkey card there. So those are kind of significant timing zones for this connection. Could just talk about when things are going to change for you, or when you're going to get some realization or some clarity around this, but it could also be a mood. So it's not always specifically like something's going to happen in winter or something has happened significantly in winter. It can literally be you feel like you are in the winter of this connection, or you feel like you are the autumn time. It's obviously the harvest. It's also a sense of coming to a close. So just take the timing however it resonates with you guys. We've got the vampire jaws there, this feeling of being drained, having the energy sucked out of you. Can also talk about toxic people. We've got stability and growth there, and the tree is a healthy charm, which is nice. I feel that for some of you this person is going to kind of give themselves a shake and realize, you know, I need to be different, I need to change my ways. But they need this time to come to this realization. We've got the goldstone ball, which is like the sun card in the tarot. Happiness, confidence, optimism for the future. And you can connect with Oshun through goldstone as well, because like I said, anything that is kind of orange, gold, yellow, copper or bronze, you can connect to her through that. We've got the perfume, attraction, mutual attraction in May. We've also got the Jolly Roger flag. So whenever I get this charm, I think that someone has kind of shown you their true colours. Someone has shown you through their words or actions who they really are, and it might seem like the mask has kind of slipped in a way. So if someone has, you know, had a go at you, snapped at you, behaved in a way that you thought just wasn't them, this is in many ways their true self. So it's basically saying, you know, believe this person when they show you who they really are, and if you can still be friends with them or if you can still pursue them, then that's fine. It's about taking the space to make up your mind about that, to really weigh up, can I do this, can I continue with this, etc. We've got the older man. Could be an older masculine energy. Sometimes it's a more experienced masculine energy or a more mature masculine energy. So, you know, this could be someone that you're going to turn to for support. It could be a father figure, it could be an older brother, older male friend, could be, you know, someone who is younger than you but seems to have a lot more wisdom or experience in this area. Could even be a spirit guide or a loved one in spirit that you turn to, because I'm very conscious that, especially for people in America, the turkey has symbols, it's landed on the turkey card, has symbols of being together and, you know, coming together as family and, you know, in gratitude. So some of you, that's a very specific message. And then the final charm that we've got is the narwhal. And I love that you've got this charm. Weirdly, I was thinking of narwhals yesterday, so maybe you guys were connecting to my energy yesterday. But the narwhal is this message of breaking through. It's saying that there will be a breakthrough here. There will be a sense of having come through the other side. You know, the narwhal uses this massive horn to break through sheets of ice, and it's kind of like saying you'll break through this wall that currently seems like it's in front of you. You will get to the other side. It won't be without difficulty and it won't be without effort. And I feel like it's not something that is fully resolved in May. Like, I think this is going to go on a little bit longer, but what happens in May is you feeling so much more in control, feeling so much more at peace, and like you are just kind of getting on with, you know, your coin, your abundance, your healing, whatever it is you need to focus on most at this time. So we'll get your dice on top now as well, group 1. Number 6, okay, that's the Voyager's dice. So really a sense of travel or a sense of movement. You've got the Discovery card, you've got the Seeker card. And we're rolling 6 dice for you, so 6 and 6. Okay. Okay, so definitely healing, because we've got the pill there, which to me is always a sense of healing, or doing healing practices to help you overcome a difficult situation. You've got protection there. And I do feel that you are getting protection from a higher source, but equally I feel like it's saying protect yourself. Create boundaries, put up a wall if necessary. You know, we've got the kind of home card, which suggests take time out or go into this, you know, protective state. Soul food with the rice as well. Nourish yourself, take care of yourself. Do those basic things that really make such a big difference. And I say this, you guys might know this already, but for me, I'm always like crazily shocked by how much difference good food, good sleep, and good water actually makes. Like I always, you know, end up functioning on like 6 hours of sleep for days and days and days. And then when I finally catch up with sleep and, you know, I start drinking more, it's like, wow, how did I not realize that I was neglecting these basic needs? Because it seems like something that you can just easily forget and skip over. But honestly, it makes such a difference to your mental state. It makes such a difference to your energy levels and how you feel in yourself. So forgive me if that's just me being stupid and not realizing this all the time. But honestly, if it helps one of you to focus on this, then great, because it's so helpful. Music, creativity. Music is a way to kind of help you get through this as well, because when I see this card again, I always think she's kind of humming to herself quietly, like just contently, as she makes all of this coin. So I feel like you guys maybe have special songs that are helping you get through this time, or maybe there's like meditation music that you guys put on in the background and it's very calming. I just feel like music is kind of like a healing tool as much as water is, as much as medicine is at this time for you. As much as sleep is, like music is also healing in some way. You guys have a very special connection to music. Some people can take it or leave it, but I think you guys really resonate with it very strongly. We've got the sunrise or the sunset, and it did land next to the Lu card, and Lu is the sun god in Celtic folklore. So the sunrise and the sunset, it's like the world. It's like something ending, something beginning, you know, or going to sleep on something and waking up feeling differently about it, you know? This sense of closure, and this sense of no matter what you do, tomorrow is going to come. No matter how much you are dwelling on this situation, no matter how much you feel stuck in this situation, time is going to keep moving on. Tomorrow's going to come. Things are going to change, you know? Circumstances are going to change. And the magic beans, like Jack and his beanstalk, growth, unexpected growth, very sudden growth. And so this could be, again, in your personal projects and your personal goals, but I also feel this situation with whoever this person is, I do feel that for a lot of you, they are going to turn around. They are going to finally realize, you know, what have I been doing? How have I got here? So for a lot of you, I don't think it's the end with this person. If that resonates with your situation, obviously, if it's someone you've dated and you've cut ties with them completely, then that's fine as well. They may just have this realization on their own, and, you know, that's completely their prerogative. You know, if they've lost you, that's their fault. But for some of you who are still kind of keeping in contact with this person, or holding out hope that they're going to get in contact, I do feel they are going to have this kind of realization and turn around. Maybe not necessarily in May. May is kind of more focused on you. But I do feel that this is going to come around. So group 1, I hope you've enjoyed this, and you can now go ahead and watch your gnome. I'm interested to see how the gnome is also going to fit in with this. If you've picked your gnome already, just jump to the timestamps and jump ahead to your gnome. If you haven't, or if you've forgotten which one you chose, go back to the start of the video and see which one you resonate with, which one you feel pulled towards. And I'm going to move on to pile 2 now. Hi there, group 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the picture of the woman who's like hiding half behind this fan, and the happy tarot, let's see what messages we can get about your love life in May. Group 1's reading was very, very complicated, which is unusual because normally it's group 3 that has the most complicated reading. So I don't know if this is just gonna, you know, set the precedent and group 3 is gonna be incredibly complicated or not. We'll see. So group 2, let's see what's coming up. Okay, there we go. So your first card there is the Six of Cups. Gorgeous card. Love this deck. We've got the Knight of Pentacles on his little rocking horse there. Seven of Swords. Three of Pentacles. And King of Pentacles. So lots of Pentacles energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. It's an interesting message, group 2. I kind of get the feeling, and you know, it could change as we go through the reading, but I'm kind of getting the feeling that someone is making something up to you in May. Like, I honestly feel with Seven of Swords in the center of the reading, it feels like you've been let down by someone, or that they haven't been appreciating you as much as they should, or maybe there has been some kind of betrayal, or you know, just someone not being there for you, and it feels like they're doing everything they can to make it up to you, okay? Because when I saw Six of Cups, I just immediately thought, he's trying to make something up to her, and that's not a message I've got from the Six of Cups before. And then with the Knight of Pentacles, someone who is kind of working hard for something, and the Three of Pentacles about collaboration, and then this kind of reason card in the center, this cause, with the Seven of Swords there. That's what I feel, is that someone is trying to make something up to you. So maybe there is someone who's cut contact with you, or someone who's hurt you, and you get an apology in the month of May, or maybe you get them putting in a lot more effort into your connection because they realize they've been overlooking you, they've been taking you for granted, they haven't been appreciating you like they should. And so King of Pentacles here, someone who shows appreciation. It gives a strong sense of stability and health, and just a kind of cherishing of family and friends and closeness. I think some of you have started out as friends with someone, because the Three of Pentacles there is often about people you work with or people that you kind of collaborate with. Very interesting message, group 2. Let's get you a romance angel. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life, okay? So a kind of changing of the way that you approach a situation. Possibly some of you have laid down the law, maybe put an ultimatum, maybe pulled away from someone, and that's made them realize, wait, I don't want to lose this person, or I've behaved in a way that I can't justify, you know, I need to show up for this person. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So a soulmate, or someone that you're going to have a significant relationship with, appears in May, and this could be a past person, could be a new person. Practice compassion, see things from a fresh perspective, number 15. And again, I feel this is a message for someone else rather than you. I feel like you have all this time been this loving person, been this kind person. The Six of Cups, by the way, does also mention someone from your past returning, or someone returning who you've had a past life with, and so it feels immediately like you know each other when you meet. I feel like you've been this caring person, this compassionate person, and it feels like the other person that we're dealing with here, or people in general, have just been not appreciating that. You know, they've been taking and not giving back, or they've been taking without saying thank you, in a metaphorical way. And it feels like suddenly someone just wakes up and realizes, wait, this is wrong. Like, this person has been doing so much for me, and I didn't realize how much that was hurting them to not give back to them. So it seems like someone else, with regards to you, is seeing your relationship or seeing your contributions from a fresh perspective, is putting themselves in your shoes, essentially. So you might get that apology that you've been holding out for in May, or you may get treated really well by someone. Lord God, masculine. Okay, so this is a masculine energy, you guys. That doesn't mean that they are necessarily biologically male. This is someone who has an overwhelming masculine energy. And we'll see that later when we get messages from the masculine and feminine. So your mystical healing reading card is Transform Anger, number 34. If you have been feeling angry or vengeful, or, you know, like you want to see someone get their comeuppance, or if you've been feeling scorned in any way, just kind of take a step back and breathe. Free yourself from those feelings. approach the situation differently, because I do feel that in this month of May you are going to be getting some kind of karma back to you in a positive way. You're going to be getting some love or care or appreciation from someone. So don't let those feelings of anger or scorn or vengefulness kind of get in the way of what's coming in towards you. Gates of triumph, lovely. Success expands in your life. A sense of I've arrived in May. A sense of I'm finally here. I'm finally getting recognition. And wandering path. Enjoy the journey. Slow down and enjoy the journey. Enjoy how everything unfolds. Try not to focus in May. If someone does come back into your life, or if you do start seeing someone in May, try not to focus on the end result, is what this card is saying. It's saying don't worry about the labels, whether you're, boyfriend and girlfriend, whether you are partners, whether you are just friends or friends with benefits or whatever. Try not to focus on the labels and the end result. Try and just enjoy spending time with that person, getting to know them or getting to know them again if it's a past person, Even if that's really not natural for you, Group 2, you might be the kind of person that always wants to know where you're going and wants to know what the plan is, etc. Just try and enjoy the moment a bit more in May, Group 2. Without worrying about the future. Skunk spirit, know your worth. Number 54, yes. And I genuinely do feel that you have kind of potentially laid down the law with someone. Like, I honestly feel that you have shown someone or stood up to someone, and been like, I've done everything for you. I've given you everything. And this one time that I needed you to support me, you weren't there. And this person's like, oh my God, you are right. It's like they weren't even realizing how much their actions or their lack of action was affecting you. So there is this sense of standing up and being like, no, I'm not putting up with this anymore. Maybe you are taking a stand and saying we can't be together anymore, or we can't keep seeing each other anymore if you're going to devalue me. And this makes the person step up and realize. And there could be an interval between you standing up for yourself and this happening. It might not have happened right now. It might have been in the past a few months, but that's what I'm seeing. And so in May, you kind of continue to know your worth, to cherish yourself, to care for yourself. When I look at this card, as much as I think, two sides to a person, or hiding how you're truly feeling, disguising yourself in a way, I also kind of think this woman has a quiet dignity about her, because she's not shouting. She's not showing her anger or her feelings of malice or her feelings of scorn through actions. She's just quietly displaying it in a way that is, artistic. So it's like a realization. Blue mannequin, patience brings rewards. Yes, like I was feeling that you've taken a step back and you've let this person muse and think about their actions. As I said, there may have been an interval between you saying this or them having the realization and them coming towards you. Inspiration, number 34. That's the second time you've got number 34, because that card is number 34. Okay, so inspiration. Communication, I think, when I get this, because they are like paper aeroplanes. Realization, like that moment of epiphany for this person. So we're going to get you a message from the masculine and feminine in this situation. And as I said earlier, this is about energy. It's not necessarily in correlation with biological sex. So if you see yourself as a mainly feminine energy, that's fine. If you see yourself as a mainly masculine energy, take the masculine card to be about you. Just think about the dynamics of your relationships in general, the way that you behave, etc. So group 2, message from the feminine. Mazu, ascension. Okay, so the feminine kind of going up in the world, the feminine finding their place in amidst these kind of stormy seas. There's a lighthouse feeling to this card. Like, I found my beacon, I found my sanctuary, I found my place of calm in amidst all the turbulent emotions, or in amidst all of the worry and the fear, etc. So ascension, the feminine going through a kind of spiritual transformation, moving up a level spiritually. And what's interesting is Mazu is a Chinese goddess, and then you also have an East Asian woman on this card, so that could be in reference to you or maybe things that you're interested in. Message from the masculine. All focus. Okay, so the masculine very focused in this month. Like I was saying, I feel the masculine suddenly wakes up and realizes I need to change my ways, or what I've been doing up until now has just not been sufficient. The masculine very focused on kind of showing up and repaying what you've done for them. So the masculine has this clear goal of I need to be here more in May. Let's get you an archetype card, see who's coming towards you. Liberator. Okay, light attributes, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs. And we've got that card, free yourself, there. Releasing negative thought patterns. Shadow attributes, imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. So someone comes in for you in this month of May, and it could be, as I've said, the person from your past or the person you're currently dealing with, who just brings a sense of freedom to the situation. So it could be the person has kind of thought over everything and they just realize we need to do things differently, or I specifically need to do things differently because what you're doing is fine, you know. And so they come in and it's like a real sense of relief and freedom in the situation. Or it could be a third party who just makes you see the situation differently. Maybe you've been going out with someone else in the interval and that's made you realize, you know, I can be treated much better, and this person realizes I need to show up more for this person because, you know, they're doing better right now. So just take that however it resonates, you guys. And Daffodil, the sun shines brighter when you are here. That is such a lovely message. Okay, maybe someone will actually be coming up to you and saying, I can't go on without you, or I've realized my feelings for you are deeper than I expected, you know, deeper than I anticipated. I've realized that spending time without you or doing this thing that hurt you has really hurt me as well, you know. This person really noticing your loss or noticing your silence, because there's something about silence here as well with the communication card, the inspiration card. I feel that some of you, this person's messaged you, and while you might be normally a chatty person or someone who always replies to messages, you just kind of left them on read, and that's really struck a chord with them because they know that that's not how you behave. You know, that if you aren't speaking to them or if you aren't replying to a message when that's something you always do out of kindness, like, there's something really wrong. So that's a message for some of you as well, is that they can't stand your silence. So we'll get your charms on top now, group 2, and then we'll do your dice. And I just want to say, if you don't like the sound of the charms, they can be quite loud. Some of you find it really relaxing, some of you it really grates on you. So I always try and say, turn the volume down now if you think you won't like the sound of the charms. They can be very loud. So especially if you're wearing headphones, I'd recommend just turning down the volume now. So group 2, love life in May. Okay, so this fell out while I was shuffling. We've got the notification bell there, so definitely someone trying to get your attention in May. Like I said, I do feel for a lot of you it's someone from your past who just realizes they didn't treat you right. They try and get in touch, or they try and, you know, show up more. Could be someone that you've not quite finished with, but, you know, you've been reevaluating the relationship. We've got the letter K. Could be you or them as a name, or it could be a word or a place. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Libra sign. Again, Gemini, very communicative. So if you are that person that is normally very chatty and they realize you're not talking, you know, that's a major wake-up call for them. We've got guardian angels working with you with the angel charm and also the feather charm. So lots of angelic energy around for you, group 2. Interestingly, I was talking earlier about anger and revenge, and this is the revenge charm. So basically, trying to get revenge or wishing that someone would get their comeuppance is kind of blocking your triumph here. It's blocking your gate of success. So just be aware of that. We've got stubbornness as well with the bulldog, not wanting to change your ways or not wanting to be open maybe to this person coming in. The death charm, transformation, taking a break and coming back completely differently. The frog preparing to take a big leap. It does feel like someone is really prepared to change or is really hoping that they'll get another chance because they genuinely want to prove themselves, they genuinely have changed, or they genuinely are prepared to put in so much more effort. We've got the baby tapir there may be children involved, or one of you just maybe someone who is not used to speaking up, not used to big, deep conversations or kind of telling you really how they feel, making a stand. And so that again could be really meaningful if they do suddenly do something very out of character to prove that they care about you. They think you're very beautiful. And there's a lot here about respecting yourself and realizing the worth of yourself. Pegasus, divine intervention, divine rescue, creativity, inspiration, of course, healing as well, because when Pegasus's hooves hit the ground, it said that healing springs rise out of the ground. So it's a very, very beautiful and powerful charm to receive. There seems to be a lot of intervention coming from above. And interestingly, you've got Pegasus and you've also got this unicorn imagery. I know that Pegasus isn't a unicorn, but they are like a similar being. We've got healing there with the star. It's also about faith and optimism, being guided as you move forward. And Eros, or Cupid, is working with you. So genuine love and romance is possible, I feel, for you guys in May. Even if you don't feel that way now, even if you think back to this person and think, no, I'm not going there again. You know, I can't be around that person, or I can't let that person in. Fine. But I do feel that love is coming towards you, whether it's from that person or not. There is this sense of you can do this. You can have this in May if that's what you want. So we'll get your dice on top as well. See what set we're going to roll. Number 5, okay, the actions dice. Maybe reminiscent of that phrase, actions speak louder than words. You know, maybe someone spent a long time promising you stuff and didn't come through with it in actions, and now they're coming forward with the deeds. You know, they're doing what they've always said they would. And we're rolling 3 dice for you today. So, love life in May. Okay, so we've got the person coughing. So one or both of you might be ill just on a physical level. You know, you might have a cold like me. But in general, when I get this dice, I think of it more on a metaphorical level of just not feeling 100%, not feeling yourself, you know, just seeming to struggle with the day-to-day. So that could be a message for you. I've just realised on this weather vane that this woman is holding, there's also horse. So horses could be very important here. We've got the person who is taking a big bite of this burger. I think it's a burger or a sandwich or something. So someone who is just really prepared to throw themselves into this situation, who really has the stamina and the determination and the resolution to do what they've promised they would do. And the person who's starting the conversation. Again, you know, like I said with the baby tapir, this may be someone who's not used to opening up, who doesn't normally start the text conversation, or who doesn't normally come to you and have a big discussion. You know, maybe they're the one who's quiet and listens all the time. They are starting a conversation. So there is renewed communication or much deeper communication in this month of May, group 2. So really interesting reading, so different from what I expected. So I really hope you've enjoyed this. Do go and pick your gnome now if you haven't already. Go back to the start of the video and choose your gnome. If you have chosen and you can remember which one you chose, just jump to the timestamps and go and see what messages your gnome has for you. I'm super interested to see how this is all going to work out with the gnomes this month, because they're very, very interesting messages that we've got so far. So I'm going to move on to group 3 now, pile 3, and you just go and find your gnome message, and I hope this was helpful for you, group 2. Hey there everyone, welcome to your reading if you chose group 3 with the wolf and the bunny rabbit. And the Star Spinner Tarot, let's see what messages are coming out for your love life in May. I should say as well, normally group 3 is like my most complicated pile. Like I'll have 2 fairly straightforward piles and then group 3 will be like a really complicated reading. But group 1 and to some extent group 2 have also been pretty complicated. So I don't know if group 3 is like having a day off or whether this is going to be even more complicated than normal. So I'm super interested to see what comes out here, you guys. Okay. See what we've got. Okay, so that's the 10 of Pentacles. That's a nice card to start with. The Chariot, the High Priestess, Ace of Cups, and 6 of Swords. Interesting. So I'm seeing Cancer energy represented here at the moment. Interesting message. It feels like you guys have been working hard, maybe putting in a lot of effort into dating or into a current connection that you have. It feels like there's a good sense of stability here. I honestly feel like things are going to be improving when it comes to your love life in May, because we've got the 6 of Swords, which is about moving to a better place. Can be physically, can be mentally, you know, and the Ace of Cups as well, suggesting new love or renewed love for those of you that already have a connection in mind. And the High Priestess in the center of your reading there suggests kind of deep thought, like you guys are really in touch with your intuition at this time. You're in touch with how you're feeling and you're being true to your feelings. With the Ace of Cups, you know, you're not hiding your feelings. You're really aware of where you want to go. So let's get you a Romance Angel. Nice cards to start out with. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Okay, so you guys are dealing with a soulmate relationship. Someone who is going to teach you an important lesson when it comes to love, or you them. And keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay, so maybe you've been questioning your connection with this person, maybe thinking, is this really the one for me? You know, they're not like the people I usually go for, or this connection doesn't feel like my usual relationships do. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. Number 40, beautiful message. Okay, so living every day to the fullest, but still being able to dream of what the future holds. That's an especially lovely message for those of you that don't have anyone in mind at the moment, or for those of you that are separated because of circumstances at the moment. You can't be around each other very much. Cloak, concealment. Okay, maybe hiding plans. Maybe not talking very much to each other at this time. Let's get a mystical healing reading card. Okay. Learn from karma, number 18. Okay, interesting. So with the concealment card, I kind of feel like some of you maybe have a secret crush on someone, or you have things that you want to say to someone, but you're not being open about it, because the High Priestess does talk about sometimes just feeling our feelings but not feeling ready to share, or keeping it secret. Some of you maybe have a relationship that you haven't told your friends or family about, or you kind of haven't wanted to breathe a word about it in case it ruins the future plans, you know, in case people try and put a downer on the situation. So that's where I feel the karma comes in for a lot of you, is not wanting to jinx things, honestly. For some of you as well, there has been difficult experiences in your past, and you're kind of getting positive karma coming towards you now as a result of that. I also feel like some of you in the month of May will be feeling or seeing how a manipulative person gets their comeuppance, or someone who treated you badly gets the karma that's due to them. So there is that sense of being able to move on from that experience in May, to be more at peace with that situation. Narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. Yeah, again, this feeling of not wanting to jinx something. It's like you don't want to talk too much about your plans or about your hopes. Maybe in case it puts the other person off, you know, maybe you feel that they're not as serious about you as you are about them just yet, or maybe, you know, you don't want to talk about the future in case it ruins the being in the present, the living in the moment. Maybe you're trying to give off the air of being completely cool about this situation when inside you're a mess, just enjoying the connection and wondering about the future. We have Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit, number 17. Could also say that the Morrigan is with you. She is very much connected to crows. And Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom, number 67. Interesting. Turn knowledge into wisdom, learn from past mistakes, learn from karma, learn from difficult situations of the past. And this co-create with Spirit is nice as well, because it's kind of like saying it's okay to talk about things. You know, you can have your visualizations, you can say them out loud. Spirit's not going to jinx it for you, as long as you keep your thoughts positive as well, as long as you're not kind of saying this is going to happen for me while secretly thinking it's never going to happen, or I doubt that will happen, because that's the thing that kind of blocks your manifestation. So as long as you're thinking and feeling that this is coming in for you, or that you will get the outcome that you want, that's great. Sense of manifestation in this month. Number 14, controller, control. Okay, maybe that's why you don't want to talk about feelings necessarily, or future plans. You don't want to feel like you're pushing the other person, or you don't want them to feel like you're in any way too invested or controlling in any way. Could also be a message about a past controlling person, again with that wolf on the first card. Of course you've got the wolf there. Why didn't I realise that straight away? Yes, you've got the wolf energy coming in here. But of course the wolf on the first card is like the manipulative wolf, the wolf that you see in things like Red Riding Hood and the Three Little Pigs. So if there is this controlling or manipulative or self-centered person in your past, this is just saying that there is something to do with them in this month. And I don't mean them coming back into your life or them kind of giving you negative repercussions. I feel it's more that you become accepting of the past, or you realize that you've moved on, or you realize that they aren't living their best life at this moment, and you know that you can recognize that as karma. So that's a message for some of you. Then we've got superb fairy wren, infidelity is in the air. So maybe that's what this was about. Maybe you were cheated on in the past. Maybe this new connection is bringing to mind those past worries, and you just don't want to get into that mindset again. You don't want to jinx things by doing that. You got the breach card just then jumping out, inner peace. So yes, this message to be calm on the inside and focus on calming those thoughts as much as possible. Because I don't see infidelity from a current or near future connection. I feel like it is centered in the past. Let's get another message from the feminine. Aditi, creation, yeah, the sense of manifestation. The lotus flower opening up and blossoming, this ability to create your future through your words and your thoughts and your feelings and your visualizations. That's a lovely message. So when I pull messages from the masculine and feminine, that's connected to your energy. So you might feel that you are a predominantly feminine energy, or you might feel that you're more of a masculine energy. It doesn't necessarily correlate with your biological sex. It's just basically how the dynamics in your relationships play out, what kind of a person you're like in the day-to-day. So we'll also get you a message from the masculine. Achilles, confidence. Okay, so the masculine's summoning up confidence and courage in this month. Maybe there's something that the masculine wants to say, you know, something that they want to express, get off their chest. Maybe they haven't been feeling confident, and that's why they've not been having the discussion about feelings or about the future. So I see that changing in the month of May. Let's see who's coming towards you in May, who you're dealing with in love. Messiah, wow. Light attribute, serving humanity with humility. Shadow attribute, exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. Now, you don't have to take both attributes if they don't resonate, but someone who kind of leads the way, someone who has a very strong presence, you know, seems to be very aware of where they're going in life, seems to be philanthropic in the sense that they care about others. They might do things for charity, or they might have like a big vision of how the world should be in the future if we could all live peacefully. Someone who's a good leader ideologically, who's able to motivate people and lead a crowd. And Asta, the past is over, let your true self step forward. That is a beautiful message for those of you that have been haunted by these past experiences. You know, it's kind of saying, move on from that now. You're able to accept it more in this month and not feel so tainted by it or so haunted by it. I almost feel with the cloak card that you want to pull off that cloak and not be hiding anymore, not be hidden from view, not be hiding your feelings. You want to be seen again. Very interesting message, but I feel like as far as the current and the near future love connections go, there are very positive messages here. I feel like you are moving into a space of much healthier connections, much more stable. You're able to create this very positive future for yourself. You're wise now about the past, and just be aware that whoever comes in or whoever is this soulmate character that you're kind of meant to have the next connection with, they may not come in the form of someone that you would normally look out for. You know, you might have a particular type when it comes to relationships and this person is very different to that, or maybe you just tend to go for a certain type of personality, or you don't really get this person's sense of humor straight away, or maybe they come from a very different social background to you. So just be aware that they may not come in the form that you expect. Let's get your charms on top now, group 3. And just as a disclaimer, if you don't like the sound of the charms, they can be quite loud, especially if you're wearing headphones. I would encourage just turning down the volume. Some of you love the sound, think it's really relaxing and nice. Some of you, it really grates on you. So I always just try and remember to say, turn the volume down now if you don't like the sound, or if you think it will upset you or, you know, grate on you, especially if you're falling asleep. So group 3, love life in May. Wow, okay, so we've got quite a few messages here. So firstly, this one fell out while I was shuffling, and that is the Pearl of Wisdom. So there is some connection here to wisdom and learning from the past, and it may come through this new person or someone that you're currently dealing with, someone who just really helps you see your past experiences in a much better way, or a way that kind of frees you from a trapped mindset, if that makes sense. We've got the Gemini charm there. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. We've also got Charming, which is the Libra charm. We've got the Russian doll. For some of you, there is a connection to Russia, maybe through someone's name or their family history, their surname. Maybe someone speaks Russian or travels to Russia. But this is also a symbol for most of you about bottling up your feelings. You know, the Russian doll kind of has this pretty painted face, and then inside there's another one, inside there's another one. So I always think of kind of putting on a brave face to the world, but really it's like a painted face. It's not how you're really feeling. We've got an earth elemental working with you there. Lovely earth elementals. Also telling you that it's fine to do things differently. It's fine if you don't overcome trauma in the same way as others, or if you maybe go about things differently to others. That's completely fine. You don't need to follow anyone's blueprint. Winter time is important here with the Christmas tree. We've also got the calculator, so kind of working out how you're feeling. It's always what I think when I see that. We've got deep introspection, insight into a situation. The letter S as well, could be someone's name or a place or a word. Past life relationship is coming towards you, so that's possibly this previous connection with the karma. You know, often there's old karma that needs to be tied up from a past life, or it could be the new soulmate. Is a past life connection, and so you see them and you just immediately feel like you know them. The lobster there is telling you that you are someone who has a lot of endurance, is able to really overcome really difficult situations. So you will get through this, do not worry. The Hanged Man charm as well. Taking time for you, taking time to think, visualize your future, see what you want, sort out the feelings that are a little bit all over the place. Also a warning coming through about putting others on pedestals, whether that's romantically or just in general. Try not to see other people as so much better than you, or as perfect people, you know, who can do no wrong, or who would never have difficult things happen to them, you know? Everyone has their own cross to bear. Everyone has experiences in life that they sometimes don't even talk about, so you would never know. I know people that you would never know they've been through the most incredible trauma, barely imaginable to a lot of people, and yet in the day-to-day life, even if you were a close friend of theirs, if they didn't tell you, you wouldn't know unless they came up against a trigger situation. So you really do never know what people have been through or what trials and suffering they have to face and battle in private and in their own time. So try not to see people as, you know, these perfect people and you're damaged or anything like that. Try and just see everyone on this basic level. Everyone's on the same level. No one's better or worse than anyone else. You've got the flamingo charm there as well, which is lovely because that is talking about other halves, you know, one half of a heart, finding the person that really feels right for you. So there's definitely love coming in, even if you're not currently talking to someone. This is on the way. This is something you're manifesting. We've got a lovely key there, opening new doors, unlocking your future, also getting rid of any blockages that have been holding you back. And we've got the gorgeous goldfish charm. So the message behind the goldfish charm comes from a Chinese folk belief that if a goldfish swims up a waterfall, it turns into a dragon. So basically, if they do this incredible thing, which is very, very difficult, they turn into a dragon. And that's what I see for you. I see you having gone through some real difficulties in life, some real trials. Like, I honestly feel whenever anyone gets this charm that they've been through things that most people would not be able to imagine, or they've been through things that are much, much harder or more serious than the usual trials and suffering that people get in life. And because of that, because you battle through this, because you, Six of Swords, get to a better place, because you don't let it turn you bitter or angry or make you go off the rails, you know, you come back to this place of acceptance, you come back and you push forward. Because of that, you turn into something magnificent. You turn into that dragon. And I think that's one of the most powerful charms that I have. It's such a tiny charm and it rarely comes out because, like I said, it's such an unusual situation. But it's so, so powerful. So please, if you've got this reading, take that message on board because it's honestly one of the most important charms that I have in the deck. Or the tin, I should say. So let's get your dice on top as well. See which set we're going to roll. Number 4. Okay, that's the Looney Tunes dice. Interesting. These ones. And we're rolling 6 of them for you today. Okay. 6 dice. Okay, interesting. So we've got the kind of Ace of Cups energy with the fountain there, overflowing with emotion, overflowing with energy, new creation, nourishment, lovely message. Also the dynamite detonator feels like you're trying to massively change your life, or like you're ready for these explosive changes coming in for you. However, in amidst lots of things happening, or in amidst, you know, dealing with karma or bringing in new love, remember to stay grounded. Don't let yourself feel so caught up and swept up in these feelings and these experiences that you stop feeling grounded. So you can do meditations where you just, you know, ground yourself, imagine roots coming out of the soles of your feet and pulling up energy from the earth, you know, imagine them going all the way down into the core of the earth and feeling safe there, wrapping around a big stone or something, so that you're very grounded. You can just walk barefoot outside on the earth, on the grass, on the sand. Anything like that can help you stay grounded. We've got the catapult as well. Whenever I see that, I think of having a clear goal or aim in mind, having a clear vision. And again, there is this sense that you know what you want, but you're afraid to voice it in case it jinxes it or in case someone manages to sabotage it for you. The spring, bouncing back from difficult experiences, moving forward, propelling yourself forward into the future. And also surrendering as well. The white flag, surrendering to what the universe has to offer. You've got your plans, you've got your visualizations, but ultimately, if we don't let go of them and surrender them to the universe, and personally I think this is the hardest part of manifestation, then they can't come about. You know, we've got to let go of them, we've got to say, okay, I surrender these over to you now make it happen, you know? And it's just something that doesn't come naturally to many, many people. So that's something to work on as well, and to not feel bad about as well, because like I said, it is something that just often doesn't feel very natural, or takes a while to get used to. So that's your reading today, group 3, your main reading. If you want to go back to the start, if you haven't chosen a gnome, then do so. If you remember which gnome you chose, if you did choose one, then do just jump ahead to the timestamps. I'm really interested to see what messages come out through the gnomes, because the readings have all been so different and so specific, like so complicated, that I'm amazed. I didn't expect this at all. So hope you've enjoyed this, group 3. Go and get your gnome messages, and I hope they resonate with you as well and give you that extra bit of information or wisdom or advice that you need to push forward. And have a great month ahead. Hey there everyone, welcome to your extra messages if you chose Gnome A or Gismund. So this is going to be your little gnome messages. I'm going to open up some channel messages first, and we'll get some extra cards. So let's see what Gismund wants to tell you about your love life in May. So straight away I'm getting an image of a big red heart. So there is definitely romance going on. There is definitely the opportunity for a loving relationship in May for you guys. I am seeing hurt from the past coming through, and I do feel as though this has been caused by the existence of a third party in your relationship, okay? So I feel like there's more than one person involved in this situation, or there has been in the past where hurt was caused. I'm seeing the letter F, so that could be a person's name, specifically something like Frank or Francis or Francesca, like something along those lines. But you can just take the letter F otherwise, because that came through first. I'm also seeing the numbers 1 and 3. Could be about important dates this month, you know, 1, 3, 13, etc. But could also be other meanings for you guys. I'm seeing the color orange, so that's the sacral chakra for me. Intimacy, closeness, you know, sexuality. Maybe there's a fear of letting people in, or maybe you're just starting to explore that again after a long time. I'm hearing this is not the end. Okay, so maybe there's been a relationship that's broken off and you're wondering, you know, is this the end for us? Maybe you've just been so hurt by a past connection that you just feel you can't see yourself getting into a relationship again, and that's the message. This is not the end for you. I'm seeing like a mountain, so the suggestion that it has been a tough time, or that there are still obstacles to overcome, or it's that difficult journey of climbing the mountain. Winter time coming through is important. Could be someone's birthday, or could just be an important time for you in love, or for this connection specifically, if there's someone that you're thinking about. I'm seeing the color red now as well, specifically the red of lipstick. So I'm seeing someone putting on lipstick. This could be suggesting that you're going to be going on a date in May, or possibly using lipstick and makeup as like a symbol of armor, like a self-protection thing. You know, you feel better when you wear it, or you feel more in control, more powerful when you wear it. And obviously red grounding, the root chakra, sense of self, sense of stability in life. I am really getting the feeling that you have felt very unstable recently, like maybe not right now, but in the past few weeks or months, there's been a sense of anxiety. There's been a sense of, where am I? You know, this feeling of instability. Maybe you've had things happen to you or said to you that have made you panic, you know, made you feel that heart racing feeling where you just don't know what to do and you can't focus on anything. Maybe there's been suspicions about people, but I just get that feeling coming through. So I feel like in May, things are going to turn around. I do see the potential for love. So I'm just going to shuffle you some cards from the Gnome Tarot now. Okay. So we have the Trojka Mieczy, the 3 of Swords, and it says Miłosierdzie, pity or mercy. Dziewiątka Monet, the 9 of Pentacles, and it says Skupust, miserliness. And then Karolmiche, the King of Swords, Soznania, awareness. Okay, so a lot of swords energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius coming through. It feels like there potentially has been someone, obviously we've got the kind of the Three of Swords, the third party issue, or the hurt caused by someone else. I feel potentially caused by someone who was just very unfeeling. With the King of Swords, like the King of Swords is not a bad person, but I think in this situation, there's possibly been an issue where someone seemed to be very cruel towards you or cold-hearted, or potentially someone behaving in a way that just kind of suggests that they are able to like switch feelings on and off, you know, like flick this switch and suddenly they don't care. And I've known people like that in my life as well. And arguably it's a useful thing to be able to do, like to just stop caring about someone in the moment. But I feel like that's been a cause of a lot of pain for you. So also interesting that two of these people, like this guy and the King of Swords, are wearing armor here. So we did talk about makeup as armor, but maybe you also do like a kind of meditation where you see yourself surrounded by a wall or by a suit of armor or something to protect yourself. But I feel like some of you have dealt with someone where they maybe said things to you or messaged you saying like, oh, I really care about you, or I hope you're okay, or things like that. Or maybe they had you know, when they're with you, it feels great and they show that they love you or they show that they care. And then when they walk away, they just don't seem to care anymore. It's like out of sight, out of mind. Or they message you and, you know, trying to convince you that they care, but their actions say differently. So I feel like that's kind of what's been hurting a lot of you in the past. And then the Nine of Pentacles suggests kind of like spending time alone and feeling happy with that, feeling better in yourself as you move forward. And that word miserliness, again, it kind of makes me think that someone in the past was miserly with love. Like I said, they weren't always able to give it. They kind of rationed it out at certain times. But I feel like in May, there is definitely the potential for love as you move forward. So we'll get an oracle card as well. Okay. Cleanse. Wash your weary spirit clean and take a walk in the wooded glades. Okay, lovely. And very resonant with the Nine of Pentacles energy, this sense of taking care of yourself, cleansing away those feelings, kind of making peace with the past situation and moving forward, because there is either a new person or there is a chance for possibly renewed love in the month of May coming in. And I do see that there is some kind of date energy going on as well. So I really hope this is helpful for you, Gismund's group. I hope you've enjoyed both readings that you've had today. Please do like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and let me know in the comments how it all resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you. And if you want to get more involved with what I do here on the channel, check out my description box. I've got lots of links in there for you to do that. You can access a private reading on my Etsy page or an angel healing session. You can go and follow me on Instagram for daily cards or Billy. You can become a patron on my Patreon page if you're interested in exclusive content and giveaways and things that I do over there. And if you're interested in donating to the channel, thank you so much. I've got a PayPal link and an Etsy tips jar for tips and donations that help me keep making these videos. And then I also have my Amazon wishlist and my indie deck wishlist for new tarot and oracle decks if you're interested in getting a deck for the channel. Thank you guys for spending time with me and for checking those links out if you're interested. I hope you have a wonderful month ahead, not just in love, but in all areas of your life. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey there everyone, if you chose Gunvald or Gnome B, then these are going to be your extra messages and your channeled messages as well. We're going to try and get some channeled messages first. Just opening up to that now, and then we'll pull some extra cards and basically see what Gunvald has to say to you about your love life in May. Okay, let's see what I'm getting in. I'm getting the letter B quite strongly, so that could be someone's name. Specifically Bruce is coming to me, but it could be any name. Bruce may just be for one person there to say this is their gnome. Yeah, also blue as a color, so like calming color. It's more of a deep blue. So for me, that's kind of third eye chakra color, seeing truthfully, discerning. I think you guys, I'm kind of getting this message when I said discerning, that you guys need to be more picky in who you choose to deal with or who you choose to be vulnerable with. because I kind of get the sense that you guys are so ready for a relationship, or you're so interested in finding love, that you sometimes overlook red flags, or you overlook things that in the long run would be incompatible with each other. Maybe because you like someone, you don't want to hurt them, or you like someone, you want to give them a chance, but in the back of your mind it's saying, you know, we're not compatible, or there's this one thing that would be the sticking point long term. And so your little gnome is saying to be more discerning when it comes to who you choose to spend time with and open up with and let in on a romantic level. So I'm also seeing like an icy, like an igloo. You guys possibly having felt shut out for a long time, or having felt like someone maybe giving you the cold shoulder, or that there just hasn't been opportunity in love. If we read that metaphorically, like being trapped in this icy cave or this icy hut, you know, not a lot of opportunity. And I'm seeing now the sun coming down and melting it. Okay, so this is going to change. You're not going to be in this situation forever. You're not going to feel forever like there is no one around for you to talk to, or no one around who's interested, or no one around who's right for you. I am also getting a message to take care of yourself on a physical level. So this could be anything from remembering to drink water, remembering to sleep, remembering to eat well, as I talked about, I think, in one of the piles, to taking care of yourself in the sense of pampering, luxury, maybe changing your hair, or changing how you do your makeup, or getting some new clothes. This kind of Empress energy. Really lavishing yourself with love. Some of you have had issues with low self-esteem that have left you to kind of accept poor behavior in relationships, or this may have been why you kind of accepted red flags in the past. But that's changing. The more that you love yourself, the more that you recognize what it is that you need from someone, and what it is that you will and won't put up with from someone. Yeah, I'm hearing respect yourself. So let's get some cards and see what's coming up in May in love. Okay, got 3 cards there. So we've got Papa, the Hierophant. Then we've got Rabota, Tuz Bulav. So Tuz Bulav is the Ace of Wands, and Rabota means work. Okay, and then we've got Bashnya, the Tower. Okay, interesting. 2 major arcana cards and then an ace in the middle there. So I'm seeing Taurus energy coming through, and potentially the fire signs as well, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and he said Capricorn there, so maybe Capricorn is also present and that just wanted to come out. I'm kind of seeing, yes, this sense of not wanting to lose stability again. I do feel that you have had your faith in people rocked in the past, or that you've had maybe a few relationships where it's just gone horribly wrong, maybe because there was this red flag behavior that you just wanted to ignore because you didn't want to spoil the relationship, or maybe because, you know, there was incompatibilities in the long term. And so it's more like now you want to follow a set of rules. You want to be told how to do this, or you want to be shown, you know, what to look out for, or what to do, or what is or isn't red flag behavior, or what is and isn't compatible with you. Okay, and then with the Ace of Wands, aces are always positive, and there is this sense of newness, excitement, passion, great interest in someone. And also with where it says Rabota, work, I feel again like you guys have done a lot of work on yourselves, and like you guys have been working behind the scenes for quite a while to try and bring yourselves into right alignment with love, or to try and maybe work on healing from past issues so that you're not willing to overlook things anymore. Okay, so we'll get an oracle card as well from the Whispering Woods Oracle deck. Okay, so that is Forbearance. Do not be deterred by the thorn amidst the roses. Okay, great. So just because things might be difficult, or just because it might be scary to get back out there again, just because you've been hurt in the past, don't let that stop you from pursuing love. Because I do feel that this kind of igloo or icy energy is going to melt soon, and you are going to be able to get back in again. Obviously, Ace of Wands, fire, melting the ice, this ball of fire coming in and bringing excitement and passion with it. So don't be put off by past experiences. Don't be put off by the fact that you have insecurities possibly, or that you may worry about being vulnerable around people. There's lots of positive messages here just saying open up, be ready, it's going to be okay, essentially. So I hope that's been helpful for you, Gunvald's group. I hope that has kind of set your mind at rest a little bit. Hope you've enjoyed both of the readings that you've had today. Please do let me know in the comments how it resonated with you, and it would be lovely if you could like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It really helps my channel get seen more, helps us grow this family that we're growing here, an ever-growing family, which is really lovely. If you would like to get more involved with what I do here on the channel, then check out my description box. There's lots of links in there to help you do that. So you can go ahead and book a private reading or an angel healing session on my Etsy page. You can follow me on Instagram for daily cards, or Billy if you'd like to do that to show some support. If you're interested in exclusive content like extra videos and giveaways and things that I do, then check out my Patreon page and consider becoming a patron. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, then thank you so much. I have a PayPal link and also an Etsy tips jar for tips and donations that just help me keep making these videos for you lovely kind people. And I also have my Amazon wishlist and my indie deck wishlist. If you'd like to consider sending a new tarot deck or a new oracle deck to the channel, that would be lovely. So thank you to everyone who's checked out those links, everyone who's interested in that. Thank you for watching and spending time with me today. I hope you have a lovely month ahead, not just in love, but in all areas of your life. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care. Hey there everyone, if you chose Geir or Gnome C, then these are going to be your extra messages and your channeled messages as well. So we're going to open up the channeled messages first, and then we're going to get you some extra cards just to see what Geir has to say to you about your love life in May. So immediately I'm getting a few messages coming through. I'm getting the letter T, so that could be someone's name, specifically like Taylor or Trevor, like something with that kind of sound, but if it's not, that's also fine. The letter T came through first, but then I thought like Taylor, something with that kind of sound. I'm getting the number 8 as well, which is connected to abundance, connected to completion in a sense. It's like the last push before you get to a sense of completion and then closure. I'm also getting the color green, so this is heart chakra energy. Okay, opening up of the heart chakra, and I'm seeing a desert, okay? I'm seeing a desert surrounded by the heart chakra, so I feel like you guys have had a time of just not having the energy to give love, or it's felt like there's not been the right triggers around you for you to be able to give love in that loving and open way. So you've had this time of a desert in the heart chakra, but I see like springs and water bursting up out of it now, so there is going to be this sense of like freshness in the heart chakra and richness, like that number 8, the abundance, the ability to share in love and bring it in. I'm seeing a kangaroo as well, so that could just be a message about Australia for some of you if that's important in love, but could be a spirit animal for you guys. I don't know if there's a special message about the kangaroo as a spirit animal. If you've got this, you might want to check it out online and maybe post some information below if you find anything, because that could help someone else who chose Geir as their gnome. I'm seeing penguins as well now, okay? Okay, so potential penguin, spirit animal as well. Yeah, and I'm hearing that you guys want to you want to speak up. Like I'm hearing you want to sing, you want to express love, you want to hear those words of love from someone. Maybe love, like words is one of your main love languages. Maybe you have to hear I love you, or hear someone tell you that they like you or you're beautiful or whatever to feel secure in a relationship. Maybe you're not someone who can just get by with demonstrations or actions that prove love. Maybe you need the words. It's like you're ready to share that now. You want to tell someone you love them. You want to hear those lovely things from them. You want to just sing with joy and be happy. I think some of you guys have some mermaid, like water elemental energy in you, because the singing and the voice and the throat, which is weak in me at the moment because I've got this cold, just seems to be really strong for you guys, so that's lovely. You might want to connect with the water, maybe as a way of washing away symbolically this desert energy in the heart chakra, but also just to strengthen that water elemental mermaid energy that you guys have. So spending time near lakes, rivers, the sea, having a bath or a shower and singing. Staying hydrated, very important. Let's get you some cards. Okay, you're the first group that's got 4 cards rather than 3. So you've got Karol Magnet, the King of Pentacles, and it says Uspiech, success. It's a lovely thing to start with. Then we've got Page Magnet, Page of Pentacles, Zayom, alone, like L-O-A-N, alone. Karol Mache, so the King of Swords, lots of court cards here, and 2 kings. Soznania, which means awareness. And then you've got Sapochnik, the magician, which here is called the shoemaker. So lots of cards representing people. It feels like you guys have lots of choice when it comes to love, or there's people around you who are interested in you. Maybe there's some past people and some future connections showing up here. We've got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and especially Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, so earth and air signs coming through. Interesting. And I feel like you guys want to take it slowly, but it feels like you're ready. You know, you don't want to rush, but you are just ready to experience love again. You're ready to say those things to someone. You're ready to have your life transformed by the touch of true love. Really beautiful. And basically having the magician says that you can definitely do this. You can do this. And also the word success there as well. And I think you're aware of what you want and what you're looking for. You're just looking for the right person to come along. So let's get an oracle card as well from the Whispering Woods deck. Retreat. Spoil yourself in the morning mist. Breathe in nature's sweet scent. So again, the sense of taking things slowly, savoring every moment. Maybe this suggests there's going to be some kind of outdoor connection with someone, maybe someone taking you for a picnic or something, or going for a walk in a park or something, or along the beach with someone. There's a lovely sense of connection there with the outside world. And again, this feeling of you just taking it as it comes, taking things slowly. You know, you're not in any desire to rush, you just want to enjoy this. So that's a lovely, lovely message. Just kind of validating that and saying, yes, that's the right thing to do. So I really hope you've enjoyed this, Gaia's group. I hope you've enjoyed both readings. Please do let me know in the comments how they resonated with you, and it would be so lovely if you could like, share and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, it really helps my channel get seen by more people, helps us to keep growing our family here on this channel. And if you are interested in getting to know more about what I do here on the channel, check out the description box. There's always lots of links in there to help you do that. So you can book a private reading or an angel healing session on my Etsy page, for example. You can follow me on Instagram for daily cards, or Bilibili as well. I post these videos on Bilibili as well. We're trying to grow a fan base on there very slowly. If you're interested in exclusive content, like more videos and giveaways that I do, then check out my Patreon page and consider becoming a patron. Lots of content on there from the past and present as well. And if you are considering donating to the channel, thank you so much. That is so lovely and kind. I do have my PayPal link and my Etsy tips jar for tips and donations that help me keep making these videos. And I also have an Amazon wish list and an indie deck wish list for new tarot and oracle decks as well. So if you're interested in sending a new deck to the channel, that would be so kind of you. Just thank you to everyone who's checked out those links if you're interested, or, you know, whatever you're interested in. Thank you. Hope you guys have a lovely month ahead, not just in love, but in all areas of your life. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, you guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Hey there everyone, welcome to your extra messages if you chose Gnome D or Gjord. This is my last little group today, so we're going to get you some extra messages, channeled messages and cards. I'm going to open up to some channeled messages now and just see what Gjord wants to tell you about your love life in May. Okay, straight away I'm getting the letter V. For a name like Vanessa, feels a little bit longer than just like a one-syllable name, but Vanessa is the specific name that's coming through, but there could be others, you know, just take the letter V because that came through first. And I'm also hearing the name Julie or Yuli or Yulia or Julia, that kind of name coming in. Could also potentially be the masculine version, Julian or Julius, but I'm getting Yulia, Julia, Yuli coming through first. I'm also seeing the numbers 3 and 4. So they could be like days in May that are really important, like the 3rd of May, the 4th, the 14th, things like that, 23rd. Could also have another meaning for you. Obviously 3 and 4 have their own numerological meanings. They could have special meanings to you. And Gjord is resonating today with the colour yellow. So that is the solar plexus chakra. That's the chakra of happiness and abundance and joy, confidence. Gjord is telling me that you haven't been feeling very secure recently in yourself or in your plans and goals. So Gjord is saying, please ground yourself, center yourself, and find that sense of belief in yourself again, because he's concerned that recently you've been kind of not very motivated or feeling a bit down about yourself. And I also get the sense that there's something recently that caused you to panic, caused you to really feel stressed and anxious, and Gjord is just saying, please put that behind you. We can work on that. Those feelings, whatever triggered that, that's something we can work on. But we just want to get you back to a place of feeling stable again. And also it's important that you don't feel like a failure, is what he's saying. So if you maybe showed weakness to someone or felt vulnerable in a situation or around someone, he's saying, please don't feel like a failure. Please don't feel like you have anything to be sorry about or that you let yourself down in any way, because you absolutely didn't. This is a very specific message, but there's just a sense that someone is feeling bad about showing weakness to someone or feeling vulnerable or opening up in some way. Maybe someone saw you at a low point or when you were feeling anxious and you just feel like, you know, I didn't want them to see me like that. I'm sad that they saw me like that. But Gjord is saying, please don't feel bad about that, because that had some meaning. There was some necessity that that person saw you in that way or that you went through that experience. So please don't feel down for doing that. We can work through those feelings. I'm seeing like a jungle as well. So this could indicate kind of complicated emotions, complex thoughts really taking over your mind, struggling to see clearly in terms of the mind and the emotions clouding your judgment or causing confusion. And I'm seeing a leopard as a spirit animal, so you might want to look that up if you've got this pile and maybe post some information below in case anyone else chose this gnome and would find that useful. Leopard spirit animal, I don't know anything connected to that personally. And he's showing me comfort food as well. He's saying comfort food and films. So if you want to just, you know, cuddle up and watch a nice comforting or funny film and eat some comfort food, that's what Gjord is encouraging you to do if you do feel vulnerable or shocked or anxious by anything, panicked or stressed by anything in this month, if that experience is yet to come or if you've had it recently. Let's get some cards. See what Gjord wants to say. So that was interesting. It wasn't so much about other people in your life, but more about how you can get back onto a stable and happy footing. So we've got Devyatka Bulav, the 9 of Wands, and it says Nakazanya, punishment, and that's a very pertinent card, so I will talk about that in a moment. Then you've got another 9, Devyatka Manyet, Skupust. So that is the 9 of Pentacles, and it says miserliness. This person kind of counting his shekels there. And then we've got the Pyatorka Mechei, 5 of Swords, Svaboda, freedom, absolutely. So that's the feeling that I was getting, kind of this sense of vulnerableness, because with the 9 of Pentacles, it's about someone spending time very happily by themselves, kind of, you know, living in luxury or regrouping after a harsh time. 9 of Wands is about sticking through a difficult situation, pushing through because you want to get to the end, even if you can't see the end in sight quite yet. And the 5 of Swords talks about low vibrational feelings, often caused by other people. Maybe you were let down by someone, or someone said something hurtful to you or did something hurtful to you. That's what I'm seeing. So specifically this card, which has the word punishment on it, it says, whatever happens, there's no problem that can't be fixed. And so this person has like fallen off his unicycle, I believe, and he's bandaging himself up. So it's like picking yourself up and taking care of yourself with the Nine of Pentacles after a difficult time or after a stressful situation or a panic or a shock. You know, this person having his chicken and not sharing it with anyone. Five of Swords, you need to be a bit more selfish is what I'm feeling, to protect yourself. So if someone did let you down or wasn't there for you at a time when you needed them, it's time to set some boundaries. Gjord's group, be a bit more selfish, be a bit more self-centered, take some time for you to regroup and look after yourself. For those of you that are just worried about someone seeing you when you weren't at your best, or someone maybe judging you for being vulnerable around them, I don't think that's what they're feeling. I think, if anything, they're pleased that you were able to be vulnerable around them, or they just want to be there for you. So whatever your situation is, just take it based on that. But we'll get an oracle card as well from the Whispering Woods deck. Humility, wow. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. That's a lovely message. Yeah, you may have been comparing yourself to other people. You may have felt like, well, that person never has a wobble. You know, that person's always great, or they always are dressed great, or they always have great hair or lovely makeup on, and I'm scruffy, or I can't always be bothered with that, or I always look, you know, disheveled next to them. Maybe you're thinking, why would this person be interested in me when they could be with this person who doesn't seem to have this weakness that I have, or doesn't seem vulnerable like me? So it's saying, stop comparing yourself to others. You know, if you got, I can't remember which group it was, but there was a group that got a message about not putting others on a pedestal and seeing them as perfect compared to you. I think this is like a similar message. It's saying, try not to see other people as flawless or not having weakness or not being vulnerable, because it's really not the case. You never know what someone's been through. Someone can put on a really brave face and you can know them for a long time very well before you realise that they do have a weakness or a trigger or, you know, past difficulty that they've been through. So just try and acknowledge that and not see other people as, you know, much better than you. So that's what I'm seeing. I feel like Gjord wants you to get back to a place where you feel comfortable letting people in, because I think a lot of you have had a vulnerable situation where you've just felt not comfortable with someone seeing you that way, or you felt worried about how they would feel about that. And I think whoever has seen you that way doesn't see it negatively. So that's just something to put your mind at rest, Gjord's group. But yeah, getting back to a place where you feel comfortable again with love. So I really hope you've enjoyed this, Gjord's group. I hope you've enjoyed both readings that you've had today. Please let me know in the comments below how they resonated with you. Please do like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed it, because it really does help my channel get seen by more people, helps us keep growing this family that we have here that's growing every day. And I'm so grateful to each and every one of you for being here and for your support. If you would like to get more involved with what I do here on the channel, then check out my description box. There's always lots of links in there to help you do that. You can book an angel healing session or a private reading on my Etsy page. You can follow me on Instagram for daily cards, or Bilibili if that interests you. I post these videos on Bilibili and we're trying to gain a following there slowly. If you're interested in exclusive content like extra videos and giveaways and things that I do, then check out my Patreon page and consider becoming a patron. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, thank you so much. That's really, really kind of you. I have an Etsy tips jar and a PayPal link for tips and donations that just help me keep making these videos. And I also have my Amazon wishlist and my indie deck wishlist for new tarot and oracle decks. So if you're interested in getting a new deck for the channel, that's really kind. I would love it if you would consider doing that. Thank you to everyone for being here. I hope you have a lovely month ahead, not just in love, but in all areas of your life. Hope you have a great rest of your day, you guys. Thank you again for sharing your lovely energy with me today and spending time with me today. It means a lot to me. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.